Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you my favorite newer crime series. So I feel like a lot of the crime series that I love, they originally came out in the 90s, so the original books in this series are a bit dated, but there has been some more recent series that have come out that I've really enjoyed that I think you guys would like to hear about. Like my classics obviously are like the Recieve and I series, the Case Carpetta series, the Temperance Brennan series. Like those are still beloved. A lot of them came out kind of later in the 2010s, so they're still ongoing, a lot of these are, but I felt like initially it's very outdated, and those series are near and dear to my heart because they got me really interested in crime series. But these are more modern ones that I think you guys would like. There's not as many books out as like the Recieve and I series or that, so it's not as intimidating getting started into this series as some of the other ones. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting out, this is a series that has 8 books out already, I want to say, and what I really like about this series is that it's really fast-paced, and I think you guys will really like it too. And it is the Erica Foster series by Robert Bryson, and this takes place in London, and it follows a homicide detective named Erica and just the cases she goes on there. But like I said, what I really like about this is that the chapters are really short, and I feel like each chapter ends like on a cliffhanger. So like some chapters are literally like 3 pages, some are like 6, so like it really makes the format of these chapter styles really makes the books fly by, and there's so many twists and turns in here, and they're so intense, and I really think this author does a really good job with this. And Erica is such a complex character too, like she is amazing. So definitely recommend checking this one out. Like they're really, in terms of like the mystery aspect and like the suspense, I think this author really hits it on the nose, and I think that's what makes this series stand out for me. I marathon through this series last year, and I really enjoyed it, and I think this would be a good one to marathon as well. In terms of unique reads, I think this one is probably really stands out apart from the other kind of crime series that are very much formulaic in terms of like the characters and the crimes, and I think this one is really unique. And it is the Nita Parnell series by Barbara Nicholas, and this follows a kind of train detective. I don't know if that's the correct thing, terminology for it, but she works for a train company, and she does the investigations that like kind of the stuff that goes on with the train, like with homeless people coming on and all that stuff, and like drug moving. So what's really unique about that though, aside from the whole train aspect, is that her sidekick is a canine companion named Clyde. And Sydney was a former Marine who was in Afghanistan during the war, and she lost the love of her life there. He was killed in action, and she's really suffering from PTSD. And what these books do really good, I think there's the 4th one's coming out in June, so it's coming out very quickly, so you could definitely catch up by then. But basically I really like how each book tackles with her PTSD and how there's not a lot of resources for people who come back from war to like adjust back to civilization. She sees a lot of the ghosts of people that she lost at war, and it kind of goes in deeper into that, and I think that's a really interesting aspect to add to a crime series that deals with murders. And I thoroughly really love this series. It's probably one of my favorite of the newer ones, and it's just near and dear to my heart. So like I said, I really love this, and I think you guys will really love this one too. This is another series that just came out actually at the end of 2019, so there's only 1 book out, so you can like totally be caught up very quickly, and it is the Kate Marshall series by Robert Bryson, and this is his newest series. It follows Kate Marshall, who was a former detective, and she was responsible for bringing or capturing the 9 Elms killer, but during this process it kind of tore her life apart. She was ripped apart in the press, and she leaves the force. But fast forward to 14 years later, she is a criminology teacher at a university, and she is still trying to put the pieces of her life back together after the fallout of this case. And there is a string of murders that are very eerily similar to that happened with the 9 Elms killer, and she kind of gets brought back into the investigation. So I really liked this one as well. This is also the author of the Erica Foster series. This one here is a little bit different, I feel like, because of this character's very dark past, and she's a little bit older. I feel like that makes this one a little bit different, but I really liked it. I think that like there's only one in here, so I can't really discuss too much about this plot wise, but I think the new one comes out in October, I want to say. But it's just fun. Kate is such a complex character who has her demons, and you see her really struggling with things that happened like a decade and a half ago, so it's very interesting seeing that, and I'm really excited to see what the next ones have in store, because it gives you like alluding to things like what's gonna happen down the road. So I'm really excited for that. So we'll see how this series goes, but like I said, there's only one, so you can be caught up really easily. And lastly, I have the Tracy Crosswhite series by Robert Dugoni, and this is another series that I marathoned through last summer, and I think there's 8 books out total. But basically the premise of the story, it follows a Seattle detective named Tracy who became a detective when her sister went missing and has been presumed to be dead, and so that has always haunted her. So she changed her career path from being a science teacher and becoming a homicide detective. So it follows her kind of dealing with the kind of unsolved mystery of her sister's death, and this one kind of deals with her sister's murder, and then the series kind of shifts from there. But I think that this one is a really good introduction to Tracy's character and her background. And what I really like about this series in particular is that it focuses on a lot of cold cases, so that is really interesting. A lot of like all of these ones deal with kind of present day murders, or like the present in the book storyline wise, but these ones deal with a lot of cold cases like 20-30 years, and I think that's really interesting. It kind of adds like a archaeological twist to it, which I really enjoy, and Tracy's such an interesting character. And yeah, like it's really dark and twisted sometimes, and there's a lot of suspense in here, but I think that cold case kind of twist to this series makes it really stand out, and it's really fun. Like I said, I marathoned through this series last year and I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys will too. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite newer crime series are and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.